Hope Walks is the largest Christian provider of clubfoot care. Since its inception, supporters have helped to enroll more than 180,000 children in clubfoot treatment. And this season, you can give children the very basic ability to walk, something that truly changes families' lives. Jen Boyd will tell us how you can do so by painting braces, which is what you and I are doing right now. Would you start though by explaining the magnitude of this issue around the world? Because we don't hear much about it in the United States.
Right. So every 3 minutes, one child around the world is born with clubfoot. That's more than 200,000 a year. And we do have cases here in the United States. The difference is here it gets treated right away. It's diagnosed in utero and the child is treated. However, in countries that we serve in, we're in 11 countries in Africa and 3 in Latin America, it doesn't get treated right away. There's a fear that it's going to be too expensive, it's going to require major surgery. Sure. And so these families don't even look at as an option treatment. So one of the things that we do is that we help them to not be so afraid. We break off cultural stigma and shame. But one of the other thing is the cultural stigma and shame. So we don't have that necessarily here in this country, but in the countries that we serve, they tell the mothers that you must have done something wrong during your pregnancy to cause this to your child, or that God hates you, or this is a punishment, your child's a curse. A lot of times it will break up marriages. Husbands will leave wives, families will disown both, or they will leave the child.
Oh my gosh.
These children grow up maybe not going to school or even having a family. And so it's devastating physically for their bodies to not be able to walk, but also emotionally on many levels.
So this really does change lives. How are you able to intervene?
Yeah, so we actually train medical professionals in country to treat clubfoot. And then we also train midwives to recognize it as soon as they're born. Because if we can tell them when they're young, hey, you can get this treatment, it doesn't require major surgery, it's casts and braces, and also we can give it to you for free. It takes that fear away of price. Then we also go on to tell them, by the way, you didn't do anything wrong during your pregnancy. Your child is not a curse. They're perfect. They just need to have their little feet straightened.
Oh, wonderful.
It brings them hope. Some of them without families now have a community of other moms, other dads who have children, and these children get to grow up together. We have Bible studies, and we just get to really bless these families in so many ways beyond just the physical treatment, which in itself is huge.
So you have stocking stuffers, and we can get them, but we're not meant to keep them. So
no.
What are we meant to do?
Throughout the year, anybody can schedule a brace painting event. You can get these kits, and they come with paint pens and the leathers, the left and the right foot leather, so that these kids can have these braces. And then you paint them and you return them to us. We track them. Every bag has a QR code. It's tracked to your email address, so when they get to Africa and we make them into a brace like this one, then you can get an email with a picture of your brace. And then if we have permission from the parents, we always ask, and sometimes they say no, but if we can get permission, we'll send you a picture of the child who receives your brace. So instead of having a paint party though, you can get these as gifts for your friends and your family. For those people who are like, I don't need anything, right? But they love to paint, so they can get creative, they can paint this, you give your family the gift of creativity, and they give a child the gift of walking. So
you cast the children, then when their casts are off, you do the braces. What's the point of painting them?
Yeah, so 3 months of casts, 3 months of braces, then they can walk, and then they'll wear their braces overnight till they're 5 to keep their feet in the right position. Painting them makes them more fun. The mothers have said it's hard to get their kids to want to wear them, which I can understand. They're probably not the most comfortable when you're trying to train your feet to stay out. So, but if they're painted, the mother said it would make them want to wear them, and they do. When I was in Kenya last year, these children, I watched this little baby just trace the design on their brace, and the mom said when he wasn't wearing the brace, he would hold it and play with it like a toy. And then in the clinics, the kids run around literally with their brace like this in their hand, and they're like, they're my shoes, they're my shoes.
So how do folks order a kit?
So you can go to hopewalks.org/stocking, and you can order them for your family and your friends or your colleagues for Christmas.
It's so lovely. I think it's a terrific idea. I appreciate you being on the show with us today. I'm
Thank
going to work on this.
with me.
Yeah, it's hard to do an interview and paint at the same time, so I'll do that during the commercial.